Hi again. Let's start with a warm-up question. Here I have a very nice picture for you. I want each of you to rate this awesome chick from 1 to 10.
10.
No, you should not skip that. Come on.
4 out of 10.
KURO.
10.
A solid 9. 1.
Okay, so most of you guys rated her quite high. I mean, why? I mean, mind control. Come on, why only 1? Can you explain a bit?
Small boobs.
That's the only thing you rate in the girls?
Bulgarian man.
Oh, I see. Matumba man, what can you say? Was it?
No comments for this matter at all. I don't know her.
Question to Fata. When you guys hang out, do these two awesome blondes take all the girls and you're like jealous, or?
I mean, one of them dresses as a girl, so there's not too much worry about that. And other than that, I don't really think so. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, mind control. Tell the story of your nickname.
I stole it from a Garena guy.
You just stole your
Yeah, I just stole it. That's the story.
I mean, why? It's like.
I don't know, I was a kid. I didn't think.
KURO, is that true that you were attending Russian language courses when you were in Navi?
No, I wasn't attending courses. I just looked up some online stuff.
Like Google Translate, or?
That too. Just like learned the alphabet, like Cyrillic.
Okay, and were you kind of thinking that when you didn't understand a lot and they talked in Russian, were thinking like, oh, they are now talking shit about me or something like that?
No.
Matumba man, you're from Finland, and you said that you played baseball. How is it even possible? Did you play like a snow baseball or something?
I mean, it was cold. You know, I managed my way to the field and out of the field.
Wait, have you played alone, or like how did other players manage?
I don't know about them. They were crazy bastards.
Was alcohol involved?
I'm pretty sure, man. They're Finnish, you know. Hey, let's take this bat and this ball and go play some ball, guys.
Fata, I know you're playing pool. Don't you want to ask the organizers as a requirement to place a pool table in the chill zone?
I play pool?
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't play pool? You told that.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm like,
So you lied.
No, I played like once a year with a friend.
Yeah?
But I'm really bad.
So wouldn't it be nice to have like a pool table?
It would be okay. I think table tennis is better.
Okay, so this should be a requirement for organizers.
This should be a requirement, yeah.
Matumba man, is military service an obligatory thing in Finland? And if yes, when are you planning to serve?
Yeah, it is. This guy next to me did it already, actually. Yeah, I have it planned on next summer, but I can delay it, so I'm probably gonna delay it. But
How much can you delay?
Like 29th, so it's quite a long time still. So let's see what happens.
Jerex, tell us about the Korean experience a bit. What was the weirdest thing you experienced in Korea?
Let's go to the second weirdest thing.
Okay.
I went outside drinking with friends, and obviously, well, Korea is really good at the drinking things, and you go till 6 a.m. and get some food before you go home. Well, 8 a.m. I was in the subway, and I accidentally met some Finnish people there.
Oh.
In the midnight subway. It was like how is it even possible? We are like 5 million in this world, and just like shit ton of Koreans. So it was interesting.
Did you start some like celebrating?
Yeah, of course.
Just on the train station?
Yeah, it was kind of boring. You know, you need to keep it cool when you're finished.
Did you try eating dogs? We've heard that some of them, like in Korea, they like that. Like it's a very good dish?
I don't think I had it unless they put it in the food. Yeah,
Okay.
they probably hide it. If they,
Maybe you don't know that.
Yeah.
Kuro, you've been to many places. What was the best place, and what would you recommend for our viewers to visit?
Russia, of course.
Really?
No. I really like Seattle. I like Belarus. We've been there recently. I like China. I like all places. I don't know what the best place is.
Where did you like the most?
The most, I think, probably America. I would say so, yeah. But at the end of the day, don't care.
Okay, you don't care about the like sightseeing and I don't know the great views or something like that, mountains, nature. I don't know.
No.
Matumba man, you've studied to be a ship captain, as far as I know. What is the biggest difference between having a team of sailors and be a captain of them and be a captain of a Dota team? I know you're not a captain now, but what would you say?
Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that these guys don't know how to consume alcohol properly. When I first got into the school, there was this tutor giving me alcohol from this bottle, you know.
I know.
Take
What
it
is a
from-
bottle?
Yeah, you take it from your West and share it with your friends.
Jerax, have you told your parents that you quitted school? And if yes, what did they respond?
This is very obvious for them. They already knew about it even before I did it, I think.
Oh, you told actually previously that they didn't know. You're quitted, but they never knew about that decision.
Oh, well, the thing is that they expect it kind of because
Okay. So
eventually-
they were okay with that.
yeah, that's not a new thing to me. That was when I was in middle school, then it was like a problem to try to explain why I'm not studying instead of I'm doing some video games during 4 a.m. and my mom is crying because she can't sleep and stuff. So it was kind of a problem.
Matumba man, if you would be filmed by Valve, like a movie about Dandy or something, what would be your story?
I would be James Bond.
And what would you do there?
I would slay villains.
Would you save some fine chicks? Like that we've seen in the beginning.
Of course, blondies, you know.
So you would play both roles?
Yeah, straight from the start to the end. I prefer this beginning and the end, usually.
You've probably played a lot of matchmaking with Russians. And Finland is quite close to Russia. You've probably met some. What do you think about Russians?
They're easy to deal with. You just like "Привет" in the beginning of the game, and then you like "Давай, давай, хорошо."
That's it?
That's it.
And in real life?
In real life, they just come to you and take pictures of you with all the time. You don't need even talk to them. They just oh.
Really nice. Kuro, now your turn. You've played with 4 Russian-speaking people. Would you repeat this experience again? And how would you rate that?
Well, this experience was
Playing with 4 Russian-speaking
yeah,
people.
it was really great. But I don't think I would do it again. Like it was like a special situation at that time. Yeah.
Mind Control? You also played with Russians, actually. I know, for some time. What would you say? Was it great?
They're crazy, like me. It was fun, but it's not good to play with them for long time because people start hating each other.
Anyone can answer. Do you guys like the way Dota developed in the recent year?
For example, one thing I like is that the changes in the last patch for the offlane, the camp and stuff. Initially, I didn't like it so much because I thought like it's too hard to stop farming because there's like you can't take all camps, like stop them from farming. But I think it's actually kind of cool now because the offlane position in the game changes. It's more, it has a bit more impact. You have to do something against it. You can't just let the offlane be because it cannot farm now. For example, it has a camp to farm, can farm Ancient and the new big camp, and I think that's pretty cool.
Do you like the current matchmaking system, like solo queue?
It depends. Like sometimes Sometimes I feel like it's really nice, and then there are times where I just lose like 10 games in a row, and then I feel like I don't ever want to play matchmaking again. But I'd say it gotten a lot better. I think at one point they changed it so you don't get queued with too low rank players anymore. Like you used to play with like 4Ks when you're 7K, and it was pretty depressing. I think now you're like forced to play with 6Ks in Europe at least, because the player pool's pretty big. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I think it's good to practice, and yeah.
What about you, Jarex?
I just wanted to say the queue time is usually quite long for people like them. They have 8Ks and stuff, so it's like kind of like time wasted when you queue for Dota at times. Some 30 minutes of queues, and then you play like 20-minute game, and it's like 30 minutes of queue. It's not very motivating for the pro players, at least.
What would you suggest as a change?
Don't ask me. Get better in Dota, I guess. Just more 8Ks, or I don't know. Maybe the queue system has some potential upgrades. I don't know.
Okay. Fata, where are all the new upcoming top German players? Seems that there are like only 3 big names.
They focus on school and not on Dota.
Why not? You're like successful guys. Isn't that a good
That's
example?
like German society, right?
Okay.
It's like there's always a certain like stereotype in gaming and stuff, and it's like kind of shady to do it. No, not shady, but it's like inconsistent. Like for example, there's always a chance that you suddenly drop out, you're not successful anymore, and then you like have nowhere to go, pretty much. Like as soon as you stop being successful in Dota, you don't have a degree that can always get you a job, pretty much, and that's like the worry that a lot of people have.
Like
And it's generally like people are like, most people are just finish high school, go study, go work. It's kind of like the general thing to do in German society, and I think there's like worries for people to just say screw that and play some Dotes.
KURO, your career was like a series of ups and downs. What kept you motivated to continue professional playing?
Well, many reasons. One reason is I really love competing. I love the game. I love team games. I have a lot of fans. It all comes together. There's times when I feel burned out, but then the next days I try to shape up and try my best again, because at the end of the day I want to keep doing what I'm doing. It's the best thing in the world for me.
Fata, what happened to the mouse sports tag?
Which one? The German one? Yeah. The Kuroky pass and stuff. It kind of like comes back to what I said, right? Because, for example, Kuroky and Pass, they both Kuroky went back to high school, and Pass went to study. It's kind of like connected to limited success, and people kind of judge their chances in the business of esports, and then they kind of see it's kind of shaky, and and I feel like they first of all they need like some degree of some sort. For example, I mean obviously like Kuroky, I also feel like you should kind of finish high school before going into it, and I kind of didn't understand why he took a break of high school to play Dota. I think he should have finished school first and then proceed to look at the things he can do in Dota, because he's still young. But yeah, that's what happened to those two. And then there was Black, and he's like kind of traveling the world and stuff, and yeah.
Mind Control, you've played in Tier 2 teams quite a while, let's say. What prevented you from getting into a Tier 1 team for so long time?
I wasn't good enough.
Matumbaman, what hero would you delete from Dota and why?
I don't know. I love them all. I'd like to play a lot of techies myself. If I had to remove a hero, that would be the Enchantress who comes to my lane in pubs when I'm safe laning my Animage.
I see, good answer. KURO, the fans are asking, where are your crazy Rubik and Dazzle that were stomping all of the teams when you're back in Navi?
I'm saving them.
You're saving them for
Yeah.
what?
For a good
For T-
tournament.
Oh, for TI. I see.
Maybe TI, maybe this major.
Jerex, do you have a team house in Liquid, and do you miss the team house of MVP?
Yeah, we have it in Netherlands. We were boot camping there before this tournament. Miss MVP team house. I think the problem with that team house was that we were all living there for a long time, and it gets quite intense at times when you need the space for yourself. And yeah, I missed the cook. She was very nice. She made very nice kimchi and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, very nice.
Maybe you can talk to your sponsors and they can bring her to Netherlands.
I mean, MVP is doing well, so why would she ever come here? So eventually it's gonna come down when MVP and we face, and then the winner is gonna get the woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get the cook, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the plan.
Fight for a cook, not for the money. Fata, you have to play a lot of qualifiers now. Do you think that your team is underrated and you should get like a lot more of direct invites?
I don't really try to think about that. I think if we're good enough, we're gonna qualify anyway, and I think that's fine. And I think we should also look at it in a positive way, because playing a lot of qualifiers helps us get more games in, get more officials in, and therefore have more practice.
Aren't you like stressed and tired from all these games?
Sometimes, but I think it's okay. It's not that much. And yeah, I think it's good practice.
Kuro, any regrets after you left Navi, and have you ever thought of going back to their tech?
I really love the Navi guys, but it's like you need to like progress in your career and make next choices what you think is right. So it is what it is.
And what about the tag? Like, would you play with all these guys but under Navi tag?
I mean, Navi is a cool organization, but I think like Navi is right now it's Dandy's team, and he should keep it. So I think we're fine this way.
Jerex, now MVP are showing quite good results here at the major. Don't you think that one of the reasons for that is that you left the team?
Maybe it was all along my fault. I think a big part of this success is that two teams combined together and all the better players stayed. No flame for the other people. Of course, there was great people behind it. But all the knowledge is like now together instead of separated, because it was two teams in the end back then. And maybe they learned something from me instead.
Kuro, now you're team captain. Do you have the same style of leadership as Papi had in Navi? Do you follow the same principles and things like that?
I mean, I know Papi for like 10 years, so we're very similar in many regards, but I have like my own idea how I want to run the team. So it's different.
Mind control. What's the biggest weakness of your team?
When I feed on offlane,
Do you think that Shanghai is a good place for a big tournament like the major?
it's really a cool place. I really like it. Yeah,
The food? Do you like the food?
food is nice, but there's some spicy food which I can't eat. I wish I could. It's probably really nice.
Fata, do you like the GSL system here with 4 groups, or you would prefer something else?
I personally like playing more teams in a group stage. That's about it. Like, I think playing only 3 teams max is that's like, personally I don't like it too much, but it's fine. Like, it's okay.
What about like a schedule for? I mean, the tournament is basically 2 weeks. Is it okay for you, or you would like to play it faster or maybe slower?
I don't really mind. I think it's fine.
What place at the major would you consider a not satisfactory result?
We really try to get top 3, because we think we can go to the top 3. And I think if we get to top 6, and then we can play from there, we can see how far we can get in this tournament.
In the end, I want some shout-outs in Russian from KURO and Matumba Man as well.
Okay, короче, смотри. Я апельсин, ты помидор, охуенно, спасибо.
Oh, that's great. Did you understand what he says? Nothing? Come on, you should know like Russian words or something. Okay, then tell them in English, but with Russian accent.
You're a very blessed country, my friends. You have a beautiful woman and good vodka. Спасибо.
Nice. Yeah, thanks for the interview, guys. That was it.